Here's what I'll say as well. Sometimes you'll hear some white cats say, when it comes to racism, how could I be racist? My girlfriend's black. Excuse me. You think that makes you inherently progressive and open and accepting? Say, you know about Thomas Jefferson, right? You know about Sally Hemings. Yes, there are white men who can still be racist in their actions, in their views, and still be with a sister, right? I think that's possible. But again, I don't think it's fair to assume that's what all those relationships represent. I go back to what I said again. Get to know people. You can find out people's truths. Ask them questions. When you start to hear people who are completely in denial, like this woman, Candace Owens. Whew. It's Owen, right? Is it Owen or Owens? Is there
It's
an S?
Owen.
Candace Owens?
Yes, S.
This is a troubled, sick individual to me.
She's with a white man, right?
I know that's why I brought her up. She's a perfect example of how I told you when I said, get to know people. Well, through the public, we've gotten a chance to know her. Now, how is this? Okay. Let me call her woman. How is this woman going to say what she said about George Floyd? How is she going to deny that this brother's life was snuffed out by a racist piece of garbage? Oh, well, I think black people are making a hero out of George Floyd when he was not really a model character. He really wasn't. You know, he was into criminal activity and la, la, la. What? He was a human being. He was fully dimensional. He was a father. Are you trying to dismiss him? He was a father. Are you trying to dismiss him as just having done negative things in his life? Really? And why is it that most of the words that come out of your mouth are all to support some kind of validation from white people? What is that about? What is that about? That's what I mean. Get to know people before you draw conclusions. I have no respect for that woman and everything she stands for.
Yeah. I guess she's playing her version of the game because it works for her. In terms of her brand, we talk about her now.
But there's a sickness. To be that in denial, I think there's an actual form of mental illness there. Because you look at even a person like Trump, who's pure human garbage. Pure human garbage. She'll do or say anything she can to get that cat's praise. Right? The reason I brought Trump up is because he's not only a poisonous, horrible human being, but some part of him believes all of that pathological lying. That's a sickness. So if you convince yourself, as Candace Owens, that, hey, black folks, you know what? Systemic racism isn't really alive anymore. Work harder. Pull yourself up by the bootstraps. Don't listen to Democrats telling you that you need to rely on the government. All these platitudes and ridiculous talking points, right? I just don't. You got me going now because like all these thoughts are in my head. I feel strongly about these issues, and that's something that hits close to home. When people draw conclusions without getting to know who someone really is. For anyone who would think, oh yeah, I know why he's with that white woman. No, you don't.
Right. I think we naturally do it in passing.
I think we naturally do it if that's one's natural proclivity, yes. But if we do work on ourselves, So when that little stereotype comes up in our minds, if we intentionally